I think we can, but I will come back to Ivan. I think it was a big win for us. Big 3 points. We were way overdue to the 3 points, I think. Also with some of the performance in the last 5 games, I think that's the interesting thing in football, that I think we performed fine without being through the roof, but I think it was clearly enough to win, and a well-deserved win. But also the performance that was not that much better than some of the other performances in the last 5 games we lost. And that's the funny thing about football. Of course, the win and getting all line is big and means a lot for the confidence and for the team. And then that we were down 1-0, and then turn around to get up 2-1, and then they equalized 2-2. So we got a lot of small setbacks, but we kept going. I think that shows the resilience and the character mentality in the team that is so important. And you guys that follow us for definitely the 3 seasons in Premier League so far knows that that's the foundation of any team, but that's a big part of our success in the recent years that we can do that, and that's a big credit to the players. And then back to, it's all about Ivan. He set the stage, of course, in many ways. I must say, classic Ivan. He loves the big stage, and he thrives there, and that's why he's a good player. I must say it's extra impressive to come back being out 8 months and then play the way he did. Scoring a goal, a clever goal. His link-up play, his hold-up play, his presence, his work ethic, defending set pieces, super impressive. So he's an okay player, the player we signed here in January. I'm glad with the signing.
What did you or any of the players say to him in the dressing room after the games? It looked like there was a massive crowd of people waiting for him at the tunnel.
I praised the team first. Then I said, congratulations to Sergio for having his Brentford debut. Then I praised Neil Maupay because I think it's important that it's about Ivan, it's about Ivan today, but I think it's even more important it's about the team. And Ivan is only one of 11. And if 10 other players are not performing, then you know, it doesn't matter. If Ivan is not performing and the 10 other players are performing, then we still probably win the game. Of course, he is a very important player for us, but I think Neil deserves a lot of praise. I think he came back to the club, hasn't scored almost a goal for Everton. He's coming back here now. He scored 5 goals and 3 assists in Premier League and the Cup. That's very impressive, and the way he took the goal was very good. And then I praised Ivan and said, it's good to have you back.
You just called Ivan's goal clever. Nuno was just in here and he wasn't very happy that Ivan had moved the ball. What was your interpretation of that situation? Is he allowed to do that?
I have no clue. I didn't know it before was it BBC who asked me? I think it's BBC. Didn't know that he did it. So, and then the radio asked me about it as well. So I haven't seen it back. He's a clever player. What more can I say? I think it's if that's the truth, I don't know if it's right or wrong. If you can't do it, of course, if that's in the rule, then it's not good. But I don't know anything about that. I'll take the positive thing on it. It's in the back of the net, and he took it very well. You also need to connect well with it to get it, to bend it around the wall.
And then just final one for me. What happened with Mats Rørslev? Is he all right at the back?
I don't know. I think he is. He smiled. Yeah.
Who's Uncle Brian?
Say again?
Who's Uncle Brian?
Uncle Brian.
Yeah, which was on the shirt that Ivan displayed after the goal.
I don't know.
For you, Uncle Brian.
I don't know, actually. I don't know. I didn't. I will turn around and saw it.
I believe it's just his uncle.
Okay, I
Yeah.
think, yeah. his uncle. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thomas, on Mads, he's been in a good run of form of late, which has been really important considering the injuries you've had at fullback. What do you make of his performance today?
I think good performance. I think you're very solid in the back. Closed things down on his side, and one of Mads' biggest strength is his capacity to go up and down and constantly be a threat in establish attacking, but also all these half transition, and he showed that very well on the goal where he's came sprinting up and put a good ball into Neil. Yes.
Thomas, just on Ivan, did he say anything in the dressing room there, just to the players when he was the captain obviously today?
No. Not.
Anything particular pre-match that stood out?
No. Try to take it as normal as I think. I think was enough focus about him. I also think he's on social media, isn't he? So I think he's been pretty bombarded and had a lot of friends and family at the game, which is natural. So I just, took it as any other game. The only thing maybe I did different was before the game I just say, good to have you back, enjoy it.
You said with the performance that it actually probably wasn't one of your best performances over recent weeks. I personally, looking at the game, I really thought that Toney's, the weight of his personality actually dragged a lot of performances out of other players. And I wondered if you could expand on his influence as actually just a character in terms of his impact on other players.
There's no. I think any team, or how can you say, if you have big personalities or big players, good players, they normally tend to lift other players. So if you play with better players, you tend to lift your own performance. And he is one of our best players, if not maybe the best player. So that means it's natural that other players are lifted. On top of that, his personality and character is immense. The way I couldn't stop smiling before the game, when he came in from the warm-up, he's just sitting down with Neil, just talking a little bit about that, partnership, and then a little bit with Kino, and then with another player. So all those small bits is crucial. It's a small relationship between players because, yes, I think I put an okay tactical plan out there and an okay game plan, but I always say to the players, it's the small tweaks between all that. I give them structure, I give them a framework, and inside there we have some guiding principles, but it's to nail it, you need good players that are interacting with each other.
Yeah, because it really felt like Maupay, he's been a little bit hit and miss this season, but today especially, he feeds off the atmosphere of the crowd, but it felt like with Toney there, he was even more involved in the game, and especially that goal, it all sort of felt like it came together for him because of having played alongside Toney.
Yeah.
I just thought you could expand on their sort of relationship.
I think now I've seen them train for the last 4 months together or something like that, and every single time they play on the same team together, you can just see they had a connection. And sometimes some players just have a better connection. So I was quite sure I actually would work. In a way, you never know if they scored a goal each and all that, but you can see the way they connected first half, second half, always around each other, small 1-2s. So no doubt he was lifted as well.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It has been a while without a win, obviously 5 matches in a row losing in the Premier League. As the manager, how do you feel now that that's finally off your back?
That's you. It's a fantastic feeling. It is. I think it's about the consistency from me, the players, staff, everyone in a club. Not get too high and not get too low. And I always say the 24-hour rule that if you win, you can celebrate or enjoy it 24 hours. If you lose, you can feel the pain or feel sorry for yourself 24 hours, but then you need to move on. I think that's key. You can't get too low and too high. Of course, the feeling is better today than losing, and it's a little bit bigger because we haven't won for a while. So yeah, it's a good feeling.
And 2 goals from set pieces today. How rewarding is that as the manager? The things that you've been working on the training ground are
very, very rewarding. I think especially the second one is something we train a lot on, and then perfect timing, perfect delivery, great header.